name is Veronica, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation. How did that one do?
That was very good. Do just maybe one or two more, okay? Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So Jermall Charlo, with his last performance, he may have finally entered the Canelo Alvarez sweepstakes. You know, I said in my post-fight video that Canelo Alvarez would be a fool not to take the Jermall Charlo fight right now, coming off of that type of performance against Montiel. The main reason I think he would be a fool is because it would make no sense to let someone else, I mean, let's just say hypothetically, Jermall goes in there and he loses to someone else. Well, that would be a shame for Canelo Alvarez because he could have had that great win on his resume. But according to Reynoso, Canelo Alvarez's trainer, it turns out that Canelo Alvarez may not be a fool because after that performance, it's starting to sound like he does want the fight next. Now, Reynoso, he said, we're going to take care of Caleb Plant, and then after that fight, I like the Jermall Charlo fight, is what he said. Now, he also included Errol Spence and David Benavidez's name as well. But this is what I want to say about what Reynoso said. Now, of course, when you listen to the context, when you listen to what he said exactly, he didn't necessarily make it sound like they are really pushing for the Jermall Charlo fight. He just simply said, I like the Jermall Charlo fight. And I also like the Errol Spence fight if he moves up, and the Benavidez fight. So it doesn't make me confident enough to say that this is definitely who Canelo is going to face next after the Caleb Plant fight. But what does keep me optimistic about the situation is this has been Canelo Alvarez's pattern for the longest. He usually always fights someone coming off of their weakest performance. Caleb Smith arguably losing to John Ryder. Billy Joe Saunders' last two performances were terrible, by even Billy Joe Saunders' admission. He even criticized himself about that performance, his last performance. You got Rocky Fielding, who had been knocked out in the first round by Caleb Smith when Canelo fought him. And then you have Avni Yildirim, who was coming off of a loss and a 2-year layoff. It's pretty ironic, though, when you think about it, because there have been a lot of fighters that waited until an opponent or a future opponent looked horrible in a fight, and that's when they got their confidence up and say, you know what, I can actually take this guy. But that approach is dangerous because a lot of fighters that actually did that, it backfired on them and they end up losing. Perfect example, Manuel Marquez. For those of you guys who don't know, Tim Bradley had called out Marquez for 2 years. Marquez was not interested in the fight at all. He said that Tim Bradley was boring and nobody wants to watch me fight a style like that. Remember, he's talking about Tim Bradley, someone who was basically like a Tasmanian devil, especially when he fought at 140. So anyway, Marquez, he avoids Tim Bradley forever. Then all of a sudden, when Tim Bradley fights against Provodnikov in an all-out war where we seen Tim Bradley hurt real bad. Coincidentally, this was the time that Marquez and their team, they decided that they're willing to fight him. Marquez, he thought he had Bradley easy, looking at his last performance, and got shocked because Tim Bradley, he sucked it up and he looked like the same Tim Bradley he was before the Provodnikov fight. And he beat Juan Manuel Marquez. So I still believe there's a very good chance that Jermall Charlo, he did enough in the Montiel fight to get a Canelo Alvarez fight. We're going to find out soon. We have to first find out what's going to happen with Caleb Smith, or Caleb Plant rather. You already know Caleb right now, he's asking for serious, serious money. We'll see if Canelo gives out another payday to one of his favorite European opponents. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
Hello, my name is Dominick. I just got my procedure done here at South Carolina's. I was recommended by Dante's Boxing Nation, and it's real. Here's the results. The brother out here, Brother Enoch, is real, and it's a very, very, very good recommendation. I recommend it. 4 hours, you in, you out, and it's the rest of your life.
So if anyone in the world wants this hookup, make sure you contact my man Enoch at 704-499-3471, and make sure to follow him on Instagram.